Okay, people. So, Falling Stars, right? Ted Geo Hagen, he sent this across, which is great. It's great because I very much enjoyed this, right? It is from Gabriel Bienczycki and Richard Karpala. They both directed it, and Richard also wrote the film. It is produced by Richard and Gabrielle. Patrick Herman took care of the music. Gabriel Bienczycki also was on cinematography. Richard Karpala also edits the piece. Danny Dunitz took care of casting. Ruth Isabel Guerrera was on production design. Polly Gregory was costume design. Emily Tong was down with the makeup and hair. Special effects was handled by Noodle Mikkel Gustafsson. And our cast. Okay, so we have got Rob is played by Greg Poppa. His wife Meg is played by Oriana Millen. Then Rob's friend Mike is played by Shaun Duke Jr. Mike's brothers, we've got Sal, played by Andrew Gabriel, and Adam, played by Rene Leech. There's also Danny, played by Diane Box-Warman. Elena, played by Samantha Tourette. She's the radio assistant. Barry, he's the radio host, played by J. Aaron Boykin. There's Walter, played by Lonnie Curtis. TV host Steve Gelder. Who else do we have? And Kwame, played by Piotr Adamchuk. So the gist of the film: on the night of first harvest, three brothers in the American West set out to see a dead witch buried by their friend. When they accidentally desecrate the body, they learn the only way to stop a curse on their family is to burn the body before sunrise. I mean, this was such a well done film, right? It's actually the feature directorial debut from Gabriel and Richard. And yeah, as I said, it's so well done, right? We open up and a woman's running, and she's running with her two dogs, and she looks up and we see like a falling star, a shooting star. That's what, yeah, shooting star. And then suddenly, no woman, right? She's gone because we just see the reins, the dog reins fall to the ground. Dogs run off. Boom. Then we're with the radio host, and he's talking about, like, it's first harvest, and right, we also see an alert. Now, it's not a close-up view, so I couldn't really see what it's saying, but you can see it's one of those like warnings, that go out everywhere. So I'm assuming it was about witches, right? And to be careful. And then we're with Rob, right? Rob and Meg. And like the way it's shot, it makes you think that maybe Meg's going to disappear like the woman, but she doesn't. All right, so we have that. Then we are with Mike and his brothers sitting around a fire. And this film, in a short space of time, it gives us this lore, because it's only 80 minutes long, right? But it gives us this really kind of interesting culture, as it were, right? Because we're in this, it's not our reality, because witches are a thing. And it's like, they're kind of like ruling, you know? Yeah, it's odd, but we learn all of this, right? We get all of this information, and how this one time of a year you need to be careful, don't go outside, and all of these kind of little rules that we learn. And it's so interesting, right? Because it's done in a way where you're not being dictated to, or you know what I mean? It's all within the confines of the story, but they kind of seed this information, this lore, for you to comprehend through the actions of these brothers and friends, you know, and the radio host, you know. So it's, yeah, it's like, you know, Mike, his younger brothers, Sal and Ren, and gosh, what's the other one? Adam. Sal and Adam, and you know, you can see they look up to Mike, and you know, they're very eager, like, oh, can we see the witch? Right? Oh, you know, Rob's seen it. Can we go and see his witch? Right? So it's all of this, but there's also these ceremonies, these things you have to do to stay safe, right? And yeah, they mess up. And so it's just kind of like, oh, fuck, what do we do? So it's trying to work out how to get out of this situation. Because if you don't, yeah, you bring a curse down on your family. And I think it's everyone you know, right? So, yeah, there's these crazy ramifications for their actions. But, man, it's like what they give you. We see the concern, the worry, all of that. You know, it's played extremely well. The mum, right? Mike's mum is just kind of like, you know what I mean? You need to fix this shit. And it's no mollycoddling or anything like that, you know? So we get all of this, right? Meg and Rob, that's an interesting dynamic. Yeah, I think you watch, and there's certain assumptions you may make when you first see people, but man, by the end of this film, everything is like, yo, you know what I mean? Everything is, I was not expecting that. I did not see that shit happening. You know, and I think it's interesting vehicles for information, like the radio show. Because at first I'm like, okay, why have we got the radio show? But then you realize, you know what I mean, that it's in part there to relay this info, right? To let us understand the magnitude of everything that's going on, you know? So that's fantastic, man. You know, the way it's lit, shot, especially the way it's shot, in the fact that, you know, like at the beginning, and you think, oh, fuck, Meg's gone. Okay, but she's not. She's there. And so, you know, they know when to pull away, right? What to show you, what not to show you, to, you know, bring about these snatchings, these disappearances from people. And we get the effect of the witch, the corpse, which is creepy and just like, all of that, man. It's just handled very well. Handled very well. You know, I just thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, it was because it was different. I think that's the big thing with this. It was different. It didn't feel like something, oh, I've seen this before. You know, oh, God, another one of these. No. As you know, there's things about witches and everything like that. But, yeah, this was a completely different spin. You know, completely different spin. Because sometimes it's like, oh, they only go after men. Or no, these are like men, women, kids. Did not matter. Like, did not matter. So it's just very enthralling. You're gripped all the way through. All the way, which is a testament to Richard and Gabriel. Because, you know, this film, it's like 80 minutes. So that's not a lot of real estate to play in. So to get all of that, to convey all of these emotions, right? For the viewer to be so invested in this story, you know, it's just remarkable. It's extremely good. Now, it will be hitting cinemas, a select group of cinemas, and VODs. I know definitely state-wise. I need to check on if it's coming to the UK. But yeah, it will be dropping Friday the 11th of October. So yeah, people, Falling Stars is most definitely a film to check out.